Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to break down how nonprofits can totally revolutionize their fundraising. We're talking about using data and tech to build a new playbook, one that shifts the focus from just short-term wins to real long-term sustainable growth.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with one single kind of stark number, 50%. Now, on its own, it might not look like much, right? But in the world of fundraising, this number represents a huge, and I mean huge, persistent challenge.
So what is that 50%? Well, it means that half, literally half, of a nonprofit's most valuable, most committed supporters will just disappear within 6 years. Think about that. This isn't some small leak we're talking about. It's a massive hole in the fundraising bucket.
And that's exactly what experts call it, the leaky bucket problem. You see, organizations spend a ton of time, energy, and money trying to pour new donors into the top of the bucket. But all the while, their most valuable supporters are quietly slipping out the bottom. It's just this exhausting, super inefficient cycle.
But what if you could change the game completely? What if you could stop just reacting to this problem and, start proactively preventing it? What if you had a crystal ball, a way to identify your most loyal supporters and actually invest your resources where they'll have the biggest long-term impact?
Well, the answer to that starts with this really powerful framework called Donor Lifetime Value, or DLV for short. Now, this is a concept that's been borrowed from the for-profit business world, and believe me, it is totally transforming how nonprofits think about their supporters.
At its heart, DLV is all about prediction. So instead of just looking at what a donor gave last year, it forecasts their total potential contribution over their entire relationship with your organization. It's a really fundamental shift from thinking in short-term transactions to focusing on long-term relationships. And DLV itself, it breaks down into 3 pretty simple measurable things. We're talking about retention, which is how long donors stick around, frequency, how often they give, and monetary value, how much they give each time. Once you understand these 3 pillars, you can start to get a really clear picture of a donor's long-term value.
And as the analytics expert Peter Fader puts it, and this is so key, DLV is not just another number to track on a spreadsheet. It's a strategic framework. It's something that should guide every single decision you make, from who you talk to how you're spending your budget.
So the big question is, how do you actually take this framework and put it into action? How do you use it to fix that leaky bucket we talked about? Let's walk through some really practical ways to do it.
All right, first up, retention. Remember that 50% stat? It's a killer, but with DLV, you can use predictive analytics to spot the donors who are kind of showing signs of drifting away, and you can intervene before they leave. The data shows that those first 3 years are absolutely critical, so focusing personalized outreach on your newer donors can dramatically boost their long-term loyalty. DLV also completely flips the script on how you find new supporters. The old way? It was like casting this super wide, expensive net based on broad demographics. The DLV approach, though, is much more like precision fishing. You're focusing on behaviors and on quality over just sheer quantity.
So here's how that works. You basically analyze the behavioral DNA of your very best current donors. You look at how they give, what events they go to, how they engage with you. Then, you build what are called lookalike models to find new prospects out in the world who share those exact same traits. This makes your acquisition budget incredibly efficient. And it's not just about finding new people or keeping the ones you have. This framework also helps you pinpoint your existing mid-level donors, the ones who have the potential to become major givers. By segmenting them based on their likelihood to upgrade, you can create a clear path for them to really deepen their commitment.
And honestly, the applications just keep going. You can use DLV to measure the real return on investment of your stewardship events. You can use it to optimize how your gift officers are spending their time, and even manage financial risk by getting a better handle on the variability in your donation pipeline. It's powerful stuff.
Okay, so applying all of this at scale, it probably sounds incredibly complex, right? And well, it would be, if not for one key piece of technology. This is where artificial intelligence becomes an absolute game changer.
But wait, this brings up a really important question. Fundraising is built on genuine human connection. So if you start using tech like AI and automation, doesn't that undermine the very authenticity you're trying to build? It's a fair question.
Well, according to data science expert Ashutosh Nandeshwar, the answer is a clear no. He argues that AI doesn't replace authenticity, it actually enhances it. And I think this is a great way to look at it. AI is the tool that finally makes it possible to deliver truly personalized and meaningful communication to every single donor at a scale that was just never humanly possible before.
So really, AI acts as the engine for your entire DLV strategy. It's what runs those complex predictive models. It gives you the insights you need to tailor your messaging. And it automates all those repetitive tasks, which frees up your team to focus on what they do best, building real, genuine relationships.
So, we've dived pretty deep into this new playbook. What are the most important things to take away from all this? The things you can actually put into practice? Let's break it down into a final checklist.
Okay, let's really boil it down. Number 1, DLV is your strategic compass, not just another metric. Number 2, focus on your current donors first. Retaining and upgrading them is your best bet. Number 3, start small. You don't have to do it all at once. A pilot project is a great way to learn. And finally, use AI to get those insights and find new donors who look just like your best ones. It's all about working smarter, not just harder.
And all of this really leaves us with one final thought. In a world with infinite needs but, finite resources, choosing where to focus your attention is absolutely everything. And this new playbook, it suggests that donor lifetime value isn't just another metric. It might just be the single most important one for securing your organization's future.